What's up, guys? I am playing the Tavern Brawl. It is World Championship decks, and we're going to get into Warrior here. I actually just played 5 games with it, but realized I wasn't recording, so doy. Um, but this is the 2015 World Championship deck, and first 5 games went okay. I went 2 and 3, which isn't great. Something I'm really noticing that's a big thing in this 11 deck metagame is that the decks from the 2010s are really no contest for the decks from the 2020s, because power creep is very real. But yeah, after 5 practice games, accidental practice games, I think I'll have a much better shot here of doing something. But let's see how this goes here. So Warrior playing against Rogue. I don't know how this matchup is. Not a lot of people know how to play this Rogue deck very well. I haven't had anybody beat me with it yet. Have I? Yeah, nobody's beat me with the Rogue deck yet. It's very difficult to pilot. It's a combo deck that takes a high skill level to pilot correctly. And not having access to the deck lists when you play these at first is pretty tough. And I've already done 5 of these: Demon Hunter, Paladin, Druid, Hunter, and Mage. So definitely check those out. Paladin seems to be the best so far out of the ones I've done. I think Warlock or one of the Priest is going to be the best objectively, but we're going to find out. Yeah, no point in rushing anything out here. I like that they hit me for 1 because now I have some damage that helps enable Battle Rage. Battle Rage, when you're damaged and your minions are damaged, just gives you an extra card, which is awesome. Interesting choice of play here. Let's do... Yeah, I think I'm going to do this. Because Acolyte is fine on that turn, but I don't have really many ways to enable him. Like, slam my own Acolyte isn't ideal. Usually want a 1 damage effect to hit Acolyte so you can get the most value out of him. So, like, there's the 4 mana weapon in this deck. With the Death Rattle, deal 1 damage to all minions. There's also Whirlwind. There's Inner Rage. There's quite a few cards that deal 1 damage. So there's a lot of ways to use Acolyte for max value. That's pretty good. That's how you do that. So now all the cards in their hand cost 1 less, and they get to start doing crazy things. And okay, I think they might know what they're doing. A little unsettling. Yup, they know what they're doing. That's not good. So if they can thin out their deck enough that they just shuffle a bunch of Bloods into it, this could be pretty bad. So let's do this and this. I don't remember what year this Warrior or this Rogue deck is from, but I think it's... I want to say it's closer to 2020 than 2015. It's surprising how much of a difference in power level there is from the World Championship decks. It feels a lot like Magic the Gathering, which I've mentioned countless times. I've been playing for about 20 years off and on. And same thing happened in Magic, where the decks from the early years, in their own bubble, were extremely powerful. And there were some years where they printed some cards that were just completely broken, that defined metagames, and they banned forever. But outside of those, the power creep is very real. Like, the decks from, like, 2000 are nothing like, or even the 90s, they're nothing like the 2010s or even the 2020s. Like, they're accidental. In Magic, I always find it funny because they're accidentally making like infinite combos and not even finding them in their own R&D. R&D, for those of you guys that don't know, is research and development. So I find it hilarious that they're just experimenting with power creep so much that they accidentally make combos that they don't even find. They're like, oops, we didn't mean to do that. It's like, you guys, do you even play your own cards? Alright, so... yeah, that's pretty crazy. This is pretty annoying, but seems manageable. What does this do again? Copy of your opponent's... oh, card from your opponent's deck into your hand. Could be okay. So I don't want that guy to live. That guy is kind of a problem. So let's do this. Yeah, if they can continue to bounce that back to their hand and do things, then it creates a really rough situation. And if they have two of them, it's just nuts. So the Armor Smith off of that draw is decent. I'm thinking about playing that actually, because next turn I can go Grim Patron, Inner Rage, Whirlwind, which would draw me some cards, gain me some armor, and make more Grim Patrons. Ooh, that's a good one too. Give a Grim Patron Divine Shield after making a copy. I like it.
Keep your enemies close.
You son of a gun. Okay. So I'm gonna burn a card. Please don't be a good card.
Efficient is sufficient.
My hand is full.
Oof, Battle Rage is a rough one to lose. That's a good card. So, question is, do I reset up or do I just go for Grim Patron? If I go for Grim Patron, then I can do Inner Rage. I'll have 2 copies, and then Whirlwind. I'll have 4 copies. If I wait a turn, I've also got this guy available and possibly have these on the board when I do it. But I do have Dr. Doom and Gromosh to follow up the next couple turns. So I think I'm going to go for Grim Patron here. Inner Rage, and then Whirlwind. Whirlwind will make their cards cost less because of their guy over there, but... this helps a lot, though. I have a feeling they're getting pretty close to their combo. So I do kind of feel the need to do something.
Another happy guilty.
Something semi-meaningful. And having the good big follow-ups, I think, will give me something. Like, if they don't deal with my board, and I can follow up with Dr. Doom and Gromosh, then I'm super happy. And, I mean, I could even just, like... I could just play some guys and do, like, you know, Guardian and Battle Rage. And just continue off on the Grim Patron route. Because Dr. Boom will take up some space, and I do want some space for more Grim Patrons, should they survive. I'm surprised they attacked my face with this one. That was unexpected. Okay, because they did have other stuff. Well played. Very well played. That's pretty good. Yeah, this guy, Field Contact, is extremely powerful. Ooh, Whirlwind's good here. So I can Acolyte, Armorsmith, Whirlwind, clear their board, draw a card, gain 2 armor. Not the greatest.
I wonder.
Yeah, this isn't crazy, but 8 damage at this point could start to give them some momentum that makes it easier to kill me with their bloods.
Armor made to fit.
Let the pain speak to me.
So let's draw 1 and gain 2 armor. I think I'm going to do this also on the Acolyte.
That's an upgrade.
Alright.
It's quiet. Too quiet. It's quiet.
Eesh.
Too quiet.
Alright, this is going to get out of hand, I think. Ruh-roh.
Wasn't me.
You're paying for my discretion.
That's a good card. Especially now that they have so few cards in their deck, they can just cycle back and forth through them.
You're paying.
Like, imagine those are the only 2 cards in your deck. You're just continually cycling. This rogue deck is extremely powerful if you know what you're doing. And it seems like they do. There it is. And they've got double spell damage.
Give me that. Not what I want.
That's rough. So there's...
My juice is up.
Really? Okay. Well, do they have 10 cards? 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. It didn't look like they have 10 cards. I'm not sure why they scooped there. It seemed like they had a really good position. But I guess they... There was something I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, what could... They shuffled in 6 bloods at 4 damage apiece, which is 24. I was at... I forget what life I was at, but that was close enough. Not sure what I'm missing there. Alright, so Paladin is a tough matchup. They're a very good deck. Whirlwind will help. I think I'm going to save Frothing Berserker for a little later. Okay, not a bad draw.
The light dims, but we are fire.
So I'm going to play this and just pray that they don't have the spell that gives like +3 attack. That would be unfortunate, but it's a risk I'm willing to take. I think they'd have to go coin to do it. I think it costs 3. Please just play more 1-drops so I can whirlwind. Yeah, there's a lot of cards in this deck that are good against the early game of Paladin, but the Paladin deck has so many options between the pump spells and their bigger guys. Like Countess and the other 7-drop are very good. The Titan guy. Okie dokie then. I don't think I whirlwind here, but I want to. I'm not gonna. It is a waste of resources on just some righteous protectors. Sometimes you gotta hold back your intrusive thoughts or your impulsive thoughts, because yeah, you don't gotta play cards for the sake of playing cards. That will get you in a lot of trouble. Okay, that's totally fine. So let's do this so I can gain a little more armor and draw a card when I whirlwind now. Because, I mean, and they're going to draw cards too, but
Strike.
let's do this and this. Good old boogie down. Well, this other whirlwind should come in handy. So I'm thinking Enrage this guy, draw a card. Ooh, Cruel Taskmaster helps too. So let's get rid of this guy. So I draw a card and then draw a card. Good stuff. So now double Armor Smith with Whirlwind could be pretty good. Yeah, let's run it. Now this does run the risk of them playing the card, I forget what it's called, but
My hand is too full.
that's actually, is that the card I was thinking of? Yeah, so that's what I was, Living Horizon is what I was nervous about, which I guess they still had their second copy, but costs one less for each card in their hand, and I gave them 4 Silver Hand Recruits in one turn. So,
Reporting for duty.
not ideal, especially now that I'm out of Whirlwinds. But the ghoul off the top would be great. Not a ghoul. I think that gotta execute it. And let's do this. So I got Dr. Boom next turn. That'll be helpful. Dr. Boom used to be a big problem. It's a very good card. People would bounce it back to their hand, play it again. Okay.
Reporting for duty.
That's a fine use of that. I don't mind at all. Ooh, that's a new card, so good stuff. Dr. Boom. Yeah, boom bots are awesome. You can either recur Dr. Boom, bring back to your hand, play him again, etc., or you can use something that triggers death rattles to make the boom bots go off more. There was all sorts of shenanigans back in the day, but he used to be a very solid threat. But compared to the stuff we have now, just no contest. 7 mana 7/7 that makes 2 1/1s, so you're dealing 8 damage max between the two of them. Just doesn't really cut it in today's metagames, unfortunately. But Dr. Boom was a force to be respected.
I must move quickly.
So if they got Titan or Countess, this would be very bad. The Countess is really good, because you get 3 2-mana spells. There's that. You get 3 2-mana spells that give you basically, you discover a legendary minion and then it costs 0. Well, that's just nonsense. Come on now. Battle Rage seems bad, but this is not a good hand here. They are down to 3 cards, but There's a few things I could draw off of a Battle Rage that would be helpful, but there are quite a few things that would not. I don't think it's worth the risk of playing it for one card and not getting anything good, so let's just do this. I'll take some damage, but that's okay. Yeah, Keeper Strength is pretty powerful. I think this goes away this turn. Yeah.
Reporting for duty.
Okay, Grim Patron is a little helpful, especially while I've got this. So I can go Grim Patron, attack, makes another Grim Patron, Battle Rage, draw 2 cards. Still not super great. But I think it's a good enough option here, because hopefully I'll draw something else that will help enable more Grim Patrons or something. Or, okay, another Grim Patron is not exactly helpful. It's possible I should have held a Whirlwind. So the last time I played Paladin with this deck, interesting. Last time I played Paladin with this deck, I got thoroughly destroyed. There it is. Yeah, that's how you're supposed to play that. When I was playing the Paladin deck, I was like, I don't understand Showdown. Why are we playing this card? But I never had it with Prismatic Beam, so that's pretty good. Yeah, nothing I can do here. Very well played. Alright, so I am 1-1 after 2 games. Still confused why that rogue player conceded, but I'll take the win. Let's see, what... There's the rogue. So rogue was 2021, that does make sense. Warlock is 2024. And then the priests are 2022 and 2019. So I think the priest or the warlock is probably going to end up being the best deck. Which one am I playing? Warrior. Let's go. So 3 more games with Warrior here. Just get this hammered out. Again, don't have very high hopes. I think like I said, the 2010s decks, just no contest from the 2020s and above. But I think these games are pretty important. I think they teach people some very good lessons. Because if you spend some time playing some of these decks from the 2010s, it gives you a lot of foundational, like it gives you some history of Hearthstone, but also some foundational stuff in terms of deck building and also just like lines of play. Because some of these decks require you to do some really difficult things, like the Druid deck and the Warrior deck specifically. The Mage deck too. You have to play it well. Like it's not just good cards. Like nowadays, like the Warlock deck in this pool of decks, you can just play your cards and they're powerful and they're great. And the more synergistic you are, the better. When you play it as a cohesive deck, it's obviously great. But you can just play stuff and win on accident sometimes. With these 2010s decks, you have to play them well. Otherwise, you're not going to get the maximum effect out of them. I don't think Whirlwind is good against them. I think Deathbite's probably fine, though. I do want to slam, because if they play like Sorcerer's Apprentice or... there's a couple early drops guys that I don't want them to have. This is pretty much just like mage spell damage. Yeah, you're playing Mana Worm, you're playing the 3/2 guy that gives spell damage +1. I'm tempted to slam it. Yeah, it draws me a card, and yeah, this guy can be a problem if they just start going crazy. Like if they have a couple 1-mana spells and a Sorcerer's Apprentice, then okay. Not the ideal use of Arcane Missiles in that deck. Arcane Missiles is usually best in this deck when you have two spell damage guys. Let's do this. Because then your Arcane Missiles obviously do 5 damage with the spell damage bonus. But if you can get like Sorcerer's Apprentice so they're free, along with like a Flame Waker, or any way to like capitalize on casting spells, Mana Worm, etc. Ah, there we go. That's pretty good for them. So now I can't play the weapon, which is unfortunate. But let's do this guy. I guess I could have played the weapon and done this, but let's do this. So they're out of Frostbolt, which is good. That's a very helpful card for them. Flame Waker. See, this is the thing. If they had Flame Waker in their hand and they're using all of those cheap spells and the coin, those would have dealt so much more damage had they had Flame Waker. And now they're just giving me armor by dealing damage to my guys. So interesting. So let's definitely do this. Get this guy out of the way. Flame Waker is very powerful. To leave him exposed like that is not necessarily good. It's turn 5 for them. They have 3 cards. I'm at 16, but I found that a lot of beginning players, when they play this mage deck, they kind of just blow everything straight at, yeah. Based on what I saw of their hand, they should have beat us pretty handily. Like, they just had to be a little bit more patient. When I played the mage deck, I went 2 and 3. Because again, it's from 2016, so the power level is much lower than the 2020s. But I beat Warrior, I beat Priest, and then I lost to another Priest, Paladin, and Demon Hunter. But the potential is there for the mage deck. I think of the 2010s decks, the mage deck has the most potential to have a fair shot against the 2020 decks.
Victory or death!
Playing against Druid is interesting. I don't think... Have I played against Druid at all? Yeah, this is the first time I'm playing against Druid. And this Druid deck is very strong. I think I'm going to have a problem with it, with this deck. Do I keep Battle Rage here? I don't think I do. So I think this is going to be a very tough matchup. But pretty much all the Druid deck wants to do is sit there, shuffle Jade Idols into their deck, gain armor, draw cards, ramp their mana. Yeah, that's a good turn 1 for them. I will probably coin Acolyte. Very interesting. Yeah, I'm definitely coining... Oh, yeah, I'm definitely going to coin Acolyte now. We got a follow-up one next turn, and that's great. Okay, okay. I see you, sir, I see you.
Bring the pain. Let the pain speak to me.
Yeah, the best starts with this deck are when you got double Acolyte, just drawing a bunch of cards. Yes, okay, so if I can get rid of Fandral, that's great for me. Nope, maybe not. I guess I Cruel Taskmaster execute it, because this guy's a problem. That makes all their choose one cards have both of the effects, which is humongous value. So let's do this and hit him. And, nope, not Whirlwind. Execute him. So now they're down to 2 cards, which I like. They have quite a few cards that draw cards, like Nourish and What's the thing that starts with a B? I want to say like branched something or other, but they've got a 4-mana spell that's like 3 different modes you can use between drawing, gaining armor, and giving your minions +1 attack. Yeah, kind of like this. Because then that means next turn I can Grim Patron and make a bunch of copies, which may be very useful next turn. Yeah, if they're low on cards, then that seems like the best play. So I'll go Grim Patron, attack with this, make a copy, and then Whirlwind, make 2 more copies. Assuming I don't draw like an Inner Rage or something. An Inner Rage would be the best possible. See, that's what I'm talking about. If they had Fandral, they would get 2 1/5s and 2 1/2s with Poisonous. And the Fandral also makes their hero power do 3 attack and 3 armor. Just very good. But I'm not super concerned here. Is Grim Patron still the play is the question.
What now?
I don't want to give them too much time to draw more cards, but I get the impression one of these cards is probably an Ultimate Infestation, costs 10 and does crazy things. Ideally, it's 2 of them, so they're just chilling, waiting to be able to play them. So in the meantime, yeah, this still kind of feels correct, I think. And should they live, my battle rages are going to go nuts. That would be incredible. Okay, well, only 1 left, that's fine. Alright, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's an Ultimate Infestation. It's very bad for me. So I can draw 2 off of Battle Rage. I think finding a way to make more Grim Patrons would be good here. Not ideal. What else we got? Also not great. So let's do this. I would assume they're going to Ultimate Infestation the Grim Patron. But we'll see. Oh, they don't have it. That's great. That's fantastic. So I'll make a copy. Not sure if they knew. Yeah, I'm not sure if they knew that was what was happening here. Whirlwind is awesome. So okay, so I'm going to do this. I'm going to slam my own guy, make a copy. I guess I could have armor-smithed also. Ooh, that's good. Maybe I should have armor-smithed. Hard to tell. Yeah, let's do this and this.
Be thirsty.
And then I think I execute an attack. So yeah, the thing with this Druid deck is you have to manage your cards well. Just like I was talking about with the Hunter deck and the Mage deck, you have to really get some card advantage. Like that. That is a very big source of card advantage in this deck. Seems fair. So let's just use this. So I can hit another one over here. That'll get extra attack. And I can go here. And then let's also whirlwind armor. Yeah, that seems fine. Normally I like to do that when I can attack, when I can hit them with the Frothing Berserker. Are they going to gain armor? Oh, okay. That is fair. So they're barely holding on here, but holding on nonetheless. Cool. Dr. Boom. There's Nourish. Okay, fair enough. Take some damage. 3. Give me 4. Nice.
Essence.
I don't think I care about the 4/4. I mean, they may be able to trade with that, so let's do this. And yeah, let's not show them a weapon just yet. Make them think I'm running out of steam, which I kind of am. They have 12 cards left. I think 2. They've played 1, 2. I think they have 2 Jade Idols left in there. Alright. Now they have 4 more, minus the 1 and plus the 3. Huh. Okay, let's hope that I can make something happen here. Alright, let's see if this is it. They need like an ultimate infestation or something powerful. Or the 6 mana spell that fills their board with 1/5s. Something. Something. Not gonna do it, buddy. Okay. Aren't you just... Oh, okay. I was like, aren't you dead? But no, you got armor. Pretty sure you gotta gain 12 armor. Yeah, okay. Inner Rage, look at that. I could use this on here to kill their 5/5, because then they can't attack back. I don't think it matters, though. Yeah, I just gotta attack. Who cares if they got a dude? And I'm not gonna show them that other weapon. I want them to think that they're safe. They're probably going to gain 3 armor with their hero power. And I pray that's not an ultimate infestation they drew. Okay, good. So I think they're dead, because 12... No, they're going to hit a guy too, so they're almost dead. Give me something good. Yes. Perfect. And then... Kaplow. Alright. Yeah, that Druid deck is very hard to play well. So surprisingly 3-1. But playing against Mage and Druid I think was very helpful. Had I played against Shaman, Warlock, Priest, Demon Hunter, I would have a much worse record. This is surprising. So one more game to round out the 5 here. And definitely check out the other videos in this series. I've done Demon Hunter, Paladin, Druid, Hunter, and Mage so far, in addition to this Warrior.
Your soul shall be mine.
I'm saving the ones that I haven't played for last, because then I get to see how they're played against me, which gives me some information. So like I played like Demon Hunter, Druid, Hunter, Warrior, Mage. I played some form of those decks in their metagames. So Warlock could be tough here. I don't know that I can beat them, but we're going to certainly try. I think I can throw Execute back. It's a good card, but I need to get some momentum early here. Let's try this. Okay. And I'm not super concerned about using the using the armor right away, because I want yeah, let's do Acolyte. I want to take some damage early so that my battle rages get an extra card, because it's for each friendly character or friendly damaged character. Well, look at that. This guy already had Reborn, though, right? Oh, no, it didn't. The thing that it gets has Reborn. So I got 8 cards. I don't think it's right. I guess Acolyte's not bad.
What now?
I'll go down to 7 cards. They'll probably kill it the same way they did the last one. Yeah, that seems fine.
Let the pain speak to me.
Not good. Yeah, that guy is a problem. I mean, they've already gotten so much value off of it. It feels a little silly to use more resources to kill it, but it feels like what I have to do. Because if they continue to do that, that's out of control, but... Nah, you know what? I think Death's Bite into Dread Corsair is probably better. And I really don't want to, but I feel like I gotta Inner Rage that guy. more Death Rattle, guys, please. Okay. Slam poetry. All right. Anyways, there's such a decision tree with this deck.
What now?
I'm thinking Frothing Berserker.
I wonder.
Is that correct, though? I don't know if it is. It'd be a lot easier if I had that weapon.
Please be thirsty.
Yeah, let's get rid of this guy. It's not a good use of Slam, but because I get no card draw. But it pumps Berserker and stops any further Death Rattle shenanigans, especially after they just drew 3 cards. Like, another Death Rattle guy would be horrendous for me. And there's the bonfire. So what I can do here is Grim Patron, Whirlwind, attack with a weapon, and I'll have 4 Grim Patrons. Those guys will be gone, but is that going to be enough to really matter? I think it's worth a shot.
A fight! Count me in! Ruktar Ogre! Everyone! In here! Everyone! In here! Thousand needles!
Oh boy, this could be bad. Like I said, this Warlock deck, you can just accidentally win the game because you're playing incredibly powerful cards. They haven't played any of the portals or the Nether Realm or whatever that thing is that summons imps. They still got a starship. My suspicion is the Warlock deck and one of the Priest decks are the top 2 decks.
Nice to meet you.
Interesting. So I guess they're not going to play whatever they got off of the band guy. So I need to be careful not to overextend my resources this turn because I don't know what they got off this guy. Ooh, that could be helpful. So I do like using this to kill that guy, but because that sets up more Grim Patrons for later, should they get rid of some.
What
But I think
now?
Lotheb is probably better.
I see.
I don't know how much the thing that they got off of that guy costs, so for all I know, they can still play it and blow me out, but I'm going to try this, I think, because then I get another Grim Patron. trying to remember if they have a card that deals damage to all of my guys. Let's just do this. Let's just go aggressive. Hopefully this is enough to hold them off for a turn or so I can continue to build momentum. Fair, alright. Surprised they didn't kill the 3-1. Or even the 3-2. They could have attacked there and then frozen these 3 guys, but... Let's do this. Yeah, I gotta be careful not to overextend, but I am considering this guy since the Death Rattle would give me another guy I can continue to attack with. Yeah, this is such a bad matchup that I think I need to... If I've got a shot, I've got to go for it. Sometimes you gotta Hail Mary. Just throw a Hail Mary play out there and see if it sticks. Ah, son of a gun. That is bullshit. Ugh, domino effect is way too good. That's way too good. Alright, so like I said, wanted to be careful to overextend because of situations like that. But they are at 18. Okay, so Dr. Boom is good here. So I've got him along with Cruel Taskmaster next turn or later. If they play this guy, I can hit it with something and then execute it. So there are options here, but oh, this could be bad. Oh, that's real bad. Reborn, destroy it, double trigger. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, this is real bad. Alright, this game is basically over. They gain 24 armor in 1 turn. This is crazy. Sure. Sure. Sure, this too. Let's do that. I guess I could have played Frothing Berserker here. This turn was just demoralizing. Because this is now going to be an 1824. As I said, probably an unwinnable matchup. Yeah, even if I had the Frothing Berserker out and I gained a bunch of attack because of all those guys getting damaged, this is just going to come down next turn. I don't like... Okay, you can stop talking now, thank you. No one asked for your opinion, sir. Mr. Mischief is their name, of course it is. But let's just do this. Yeah, alright, we're done. Very well played. So 3-2 after 5 games. Yeah, that Warlock matchup is basically unwinnable. There was a point where, I guess, it could have happened, but yeah, they just had the nuts. So yeah, that is the Warrior deck from 2015. Again, big fan of that deck. A lot of these I have a lot of nostalgia for because I played through their eras. But I highly recommend that you guys play Druid, Mage, and Warrior. I think those are going to be the ones that you gain the most from in terms of like Hearthstone knowledge and improving lines of play. Because if you play those decks well, you do have a shot against most of these. The Warlock deck is just way too powerful. But like those decks will teach you a lot, especially the Mage. I like the Mage deck a lot. It was very good in its time, and it still has potential against a lot of these decks. I'm going to get through the rest of them pretty soon, so keep an eye out for those videos. And if you haven't seen the old videos with Demon Hunter, Paladin, Druid, Hunter, and Mage, definitely check those out too. If you want something easy, Paladin is probably the best way to go, because you're just playing dudes. You're playing Boogie down on turn 4, getting 3 more dudes, and then you're pumping your dudes. Just dudes attack. It's like Face Hunter, but cooler. And yeah, I don't recommend playing the Hunter deck, because it's basically just play guys and attack from 2014, which is nowhere near the power level of anything, even from a couple years later, let alone the 2020s. So, thanks for watching, guys. Peace and love.